Welcome to Kozmo's Kantina, a rest stop on the road of life. Come on in, have a cold beer or a hot coffee, and let's tell tall tales on two wheels. There's never a cover at Kozmo's Kantina. Welcome to Kozmo's Kantina. It's a rest stop on the highway of life where we talk all things two wheels. And you can find this and a bunch of other episodes and rides at Kozmoto.com. Today, I'm here talking with Mike Whitlach. And Mike is a transplant from Washington. He moved to Sedona to open up Sedona EagleRider Rentals. Tell me about that.
Well, that just was the beginning of my vision of where I want to do dream rides and start growing this into healing and therapy. Most people have no idea that riding a motorcycle is therapeutic.
Well, unless you're a rider, then we all know that. But you're absolutely right. It is completely healing and therapeutic. And you were talking about it, something that you had read about that was part of that.
UCLA did a study, and they say that 20-minute ride is the same as a cup of coffee, a 20-minute workout. It has all kinds of different properties of just with your brain and keeping focus, and the endorphins. They can actually measure all this stuff. And it's that's just a 20-minute standard ride.
Wow,
so,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and why? Who wouldn't want to do that 20-minute ride here in Sedona? The most beautiful places to ride.
Exactly. And what was weird is when I ran a company up in Bellevue, tech company, I would get all frustrated and couldn't figure out what was my code. And I'd hop on my bike and go to Alki for lunch and come back, and all of a sudden everything just opened up. And I had no idea. I thought that was just my thing. Like, it was what I did and what helped me. But then it turns out that it's science there's behind it to make that happen.
And I take it you've been a lifelong rider.
Ever since I was a little kid, yeah, riding dirt bikes. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So when it's in your blood, it's something that you constantly think about. Where's my next ride?
Yeah.
And Sedona, obviously, for everybody, is on their bucket list. So when you open up Sedona EagleRider, you're in the process of opening it right now. Mm-hmm. I know we talked about some rides that you're going to have and some different destinations and your bikes, and so. Are you gonna market part of this healing and therapy thing as part of that, or how do you envision of course it's EagleRider, so they have their basic platform you have to follow.
Yeah. So as far as the healing portion, I came to Sedona because it's touted as probably the most healing place in the United States, if not the world. Mm-hmm. And so that was a good start. A lot of people come here for that, just for that. I think my rides, as I market them, I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but I want to do rides that are strictly focused on the views and the ride and getting your mind out of there. And they will eventually maybe work in. I do retreats.
Oh.
My first retreat was canceled due to COVID, but it was called Kickstart Your Passions, and
nice.
So those are going to be based around healing and therapy. And I have experts that come in, and the ride is the conduit. Basically what it does is if you think about it, if you're in the future, your anxiety, if you're in your past, you're having depression, you really want to be in the present. The bike throws you into the present, at which point, I think the study said you have an increase of 28% intake of what you're doing. So like learning or wherever it is. Mm. So if you're out riding and then all of a sudden my expert comes out and says, hey, this ride was based upon this, and this is how we want to utilize that. They can take that information in more, and then they can gain more from it. So the bike snaps them out of their present or out of their future and past issues.
Truly.
And lets them focus on themselves, and then you can learn more.
So you've been doing charity rides up in Washington for children's hospitals and such, and I know you want to do that here.
Yeah, I'd like to kind of continue what I had going on in Washington. I was on the Guild, Seattle Children's Hospital. We were the Imagine Guild. We were, I believe, the third largest guild for the hospital behind Microsoft and Boeing. I think we did 1 year, $250,000 just in our main event, which we had. I'd have to research the numbers again, but because this was many years ago. But I think we had 20,000 bikes come out of Quest Field at the time on a Sunday. It was a 4-day charity event, and I would love to bring that here. It's my vision to do these dream rides and have sidecars and use my helmet to I envision going down the road in these sidecars with my helmets and the kids in these all these cool helmets in the sidecars with my Spartans and doing cool stuff.
Let's talk about the helmet. Let's talk about Animal. That's where Animal was birthed, right?
Yeah, he was Animal was conceived in a bar on Thursday night.
Here, let's get a good look at this baby, because Mike rides around with this on. This is his helmet, and he cannot be missed. And I remember the first time I saw him when I was in Sedona, I said, "Wow, that's awesome." And he's referring to the children's rides and such, because you can imagine how children just get turned on when they see this, and it's an emotional experience for them.
Absolutely. And when I was at doing trivia night, and my friend goes, "Oh, we should do Elmo," and then showed me a picture, and my other friend goes, "No, Animal." Right? That's totally my personality. And so she worked tirelessly Friday and Saturday to get it for me out for the Sunday ride for the Children's Hospital.
Wow.
And at first I was thinking, yeah, that's kind of goofy. I'm only gonna ride it, like I'm the kind of the halfy wearing leather guy kind of stuff. And well, I mean, when you see people, you're driving down the road, you see people in their cars, and they're just like in this mundane world, and all of a sudden they get a big, huge smile, and they slap their kid, and they point at you, and they're like, ah, and everything's great, and like you light up their world, and next thing I know, I'm wearing it 24/7. I get thumbs up, I get honks.
From kids
pictures.
to adults to everybody. I remember, like I said, the first time I saw you. It's so unusual, and it's great. And so your friend made this, and I think she made another one too, you said.
This is version 2.0. Because it's been since 2011 I've been riding with this. And I have a unicorn at home that she made for my daughter. And that one's pretty cool too. So, and she's going to make me more as I do this, as I grow, like kids. I have a bunch of kids, and I take them on rides. They can wear helmets if they want.
No, that's awesome. So there's a lot to the story, because I know you're a creative guy, and I mean, I know you're a musician, and you're a web developer and graphic designer. So there's a lot of your backstory. And tell me about the creative part. I mean, you still have your design company?
Yes, I am not a musician. I'm not a big instrument player of any kind, but I have a website and design company that I've been doing for several years, and promotional product stuff. But my background is coding. I'm a very innovative coder. I did some pretty crazy stuff for some very big companies, and I just kind of went on my own. But this is my passion. This is like I love this, and this is just something I want to move towards 100%. But
well, obviously, Seattle it's a tech company,
yeah.
So that's where you kind of got your foundation in that world, and then you decided at some point that, I mean, Seattle's the weather there's a little rough for riding.
Yeah.
So, and if you're a rider and you want to ride year round, I mean, you look at other places, and obviously the healing part with Sedona, you're absolutely right. This is the mecca of that, and I think really between your goal of charity and what you're doing and bringing riders to Sedona, which is one of the best places to ride in the world, very commendable. And I really thank you for being part of this and being here. And we're going to go on some rides together.
Yeah.
So, and in fact, we've got a ride coming up in Quick Throttle Magazine. Mike and I go for one of his rides that he's going to be doing. So that's coming up in Quick Throttle Magazine. So keep an eye out for that. And then we're going to go on a couple other rides. We've got some ideas here, and so we'll cover some stories, some riding stories. So keep tuned for that.
And I'd like to also add that while I was in Washington, I was on the board of directors for Thurston County Veteran Services, and I also started the Gold Star Memorial Foundation when I was in Washington, which I'm no longer that, but I would like to get that going here. So I'm a veteran advocate. I did quite a bit there in Washington that I want to bring here, and I want to actually create a monument for the Gold Star families here. That was my goal when I started the one in Washington. Do one there and then do one here. Wow. And that rolls into the whole therapy stuff. So when I was on the board of directors there, a woman came in, and she was equine therapy, and she started talking about how it helps with PTS. So not even for vets, but for children, for women who've been abused. You name it, anything that has PTS attached to it. The bike has actual physical science behind it to snap you out of that. And so it's my goal to bring that, whether it's if you're a first responder, even if the stress of days of life, you're a first responder and you have to deal with all the things, come out on a ride and and see how it relieves you of all that.
And that's back to your dream rides. And you have you have not a foundation, but some websites. Tell me about those two websites.
IronHorseFreedom.com is really my main website that I'm kind of funneling everything into, and that will have all my stuff in there. And then as I grow, it'll branch out to the healing and then to the Spartans and stuff like that. So, but as things grow and I start growing in this community, I'll need the Spartans for help. I can't do this on my own at all. It's just it's too big of a venture, so I want to get the word out. And I'm all about collaborating. So like, if I have a first responder who can't afford a motorcycle or something like that and wants to help out, I have bikes I can lend and give on a good way, and so I can build this community and so help other first responders or help kids or do whatever I need to do to grow this. So it's I have lots of options and I have lots of possibilities and a lot of things in the hopper.
Well, that's commendable, and really reaching out to the community. And Sedona's lucky to have you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Gary.
And like I said, we'll be in touch and talk about this message, because really it's what we do in Sedona. It's really important. And I think anybody coming to Sedona, what's your URL?
IronHorseFreedom.com.
Okay, IronHorseFreedom.com. And of course, you can just go to EagleRider and search Sedona. He's part of that network too. So, Mike, wonderful talking with you.
You too, Gary.
We're going to ride soon. Where's our next ride?
I'm thinking the Easy Rider tour, like
dude, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna because Highway 40 is right up here.
Yep.
And there's that opening scene of Easy Rider where they roll in and they're looking at the motel there, and that building is still here. That building is still there. Literally, it's so awesome, and it's right over here in off the 40. So we're gonna go up there, kind of follow the Easy Rider route a little bit. That'll be a blast.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, it's going to be fun. So thanks for tuning in to Kozmo's Kantina, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Welcome to Kozmo's Kantina, a rest stop on the road of life. Come on in, have a cold beer or a hot coffee, and let's tell tall tales on two wheels. There's never a cover at Kozmo's Kantina.